You want the best for your car? You already watch our tutorials.
So the best place for the best deal is to buy from the Mr. Auto app. Easy, fast, and with better prices than on the website.
In order to change the oil, you have to purchase an oil filter, a pre-oil change cleaner, and an oil can. You can find the recommended parts and products in the video description as well as in the link to know the type of oil and the amount needed. Turn your engine off, pull up the handbrake, pull on the bonnet release lever and open the bonnet. Open the oil fill plug. This will increase the oil flow when performing an oil change. Before changing the oil, we recommend adding a pre-oil change cleaner to the used oil. This will enable you to unclog your engine and get rid of any persistent residue to reduce your consumption of oil and fuel and to reduce the polluting emissions as part of a technical checkup. Before using it, start your vehicle for 5 minutes so that the oil is slightly warm. Then add the product and leave your engine turning over slowly for 10 to 15 minutes. Once the product has been added, you must not drive your car. Ensure that you change the oil immediately afterwards. In order to drain your vehicle, you must first lift the front section of your car. This will enable you to access the drain nut. Lift the front of your vehicle and put it in the 2-axle stands. We strongly suggest watching the tutorial, raising your vehicle safely before carrying out this step. If the front plastic crankcase is present, you should now remove it to have full access to the drain nut. You can now see the drain nut. Unscrew the drain nut. Use the wrench to begin with and finish off the process by hand. You have to anticipate by placing a container underneath to collect the oil. You can learn how to make one by watching another of our videos, how to make a collector for liquids. Be careful on the last few turns, the oil can squirt out immediately. Since the oil is slightly warm, we recommend wearing gloves. Let the oil run out for 10 minutes or so. Replace the drain seal with a new one, then screw the drain nut back in. Start by hand, then finish off using a wrench without being overzealous, of course. When performing an oil change, it is necessary to replace the oil filter. To prevent the oil that is contained in the filter from spilling out, place the liquid collector underneath. Using a socket wrench and a 27mm socket, release the oil filter flange by turning it anti-clockwise so that it turns easily. Finish off by hand. Remove the filter. When it has been released, turn it upwards to avoid spilling any oil.
Please support us. Subscribe and like the video, that will be really cool.
Separate the filter cartridge from the flange, levering it off with a flathead screwdriver. Using a thin screwdriver, take out the rubber O-ring which is located on the flange washer. Clean the filter flange using brake cleaner fluid and paper towels. Replace the seal with the one that is applied with the new filter, ensuring you properly oil its surface. Insert the new filter into the flange until you hear the click that says it has been locked in place. Reconnect the filter until it makes contact with the oil filter frame. To tighten it, take a socket wrench and a 27mm socket. Careful, with this kind of oil filter, the new joint can be excessively thick, making the actual tightening process more complicated. As a result, you have to ensure that the flange washer is flat against the metal engine frame. Don't force it too much, as the part is fragile. For this step, you can use a torque wrench that has been set to 25 Nm. Now, you have to put the oil back into the motor. You have to be very careful and precise when doing this part of the job. Firstly, put the crankcase back in place, then lower your car back to the ground and check the oil level. This is something that can only be done when the vehicle is flat. Now, add the oil into the engine. Begin by putting 90% of the suggested amount. This will leave you a large enough margin to adjust the level of oil appropriately. You can find the exact amount of oil suggested for your car in the description of the tutorial. Close the oil fill plug, start the engine, and let the car run for 30 seconds. This will fill the oil filter. Remove the oil gauge and wipe it down. Plunge it back into its sheath, remove it again, and check the oil level. The optimal level is near the maximum, but be careful to never go over it. Based on the level indicated on the gauge, readjust to obtain the optimum amount. Operation completed.
Hello, if this video helped you, like and subscribe.